The topic for today is time. Okay, tell me quickly how many of you are already done with this topic? In school, maybe, yeah? Okay, so that's why you said it's very easy, no? All right. Okay, great, children. Okay, now. Okay, nice. Very good. So stop writing in the chat box and now let's pay attention in the class. All right? Okay. Now, time, if I say, now, if you could tell me in brief, what is time? Anybody? What is time? Why do we need? Okay, in school. All right. Anything else? Anyone? Okay, then I'll take you through that. Basically, children, time, it is ongoing sequence of events taking place. It covers everything. Very good. Time helps us in being punctual. It takes morning, yes. Morning, evening, night, afternoon, everything is covered in time. Great. So basically all the events that are taking place, whether they were in the past or they are in the present or they will be in the future, that is all related to time. Children, basically to know everything, very nice. We use time throughout the day. When we wake up in the morning, at that time we start using time and we use it throughout the day. For example, for getting up in the morning, you use an alarm clock. You set an alarm clock for a specific time. Then you're using time. Then you eat breakfast at a specific time. You go to school at a specific time. Very, very good. Yes, that's right. Time helps us in being punctual. Exactly. Okay, now what do we use to see time? We use a clock to see time. Anybody who can tell me types of clocks that we use? That's not in the slide. Watch. Time as AM, PM, right? I'm talking about types of, very good. Great. Analog. Yes. And what is the other one that we use? Analog clock is in front of you. Yeah, wristwatch. Watch is right. I'm very good, Rishabh. Rishabh is actually very attentive. Very good, Kavya. I was looking for this word digital because digital clock is not there on the screen. Very good, Bhavya. Very nice. Yeah, children. Very good. Okay, so we use two kinds of clocks, analog clocks and digital clocks, right? Okay, now I know that you must be aware of it, but I'm doing a quick recap of what you already know before going on, before building up the topic. Calendar, yes, we will be doing calendar too, Yuvraj. We will be going to calendar. Time, calendar is a part of time itself. Okay, children. So as you all know, that long hand is the minute hand and short hand is the hour hand. Okay. And the numbers which you can see on the clock, 1 to 12, they are the numbers that show us the hours. And basically, children, clock is divided into 60 equal parts. If you check carefully, it is divided exactly into 60 equal parts. And each part, this line, the black line that you see here, it stands for 1 minute. So, you know, if we start from 12, when minute hand takes one whole round, then that becomes 1 hour. That means when minute hand moves for full 60 minutes, then it is equal to 1 hour. I will not be going in much detail right now. I will be taking you through an overview so that you understand how exactly we conduct the class. Very nice, Satviki, that's great. Okay. Now let's have a look at the next slide. It is very, very important to understand the basics. Otherwise, you will get confused when you will have higher order questions. That means questions of a level above. Basically, children, clock is divided into exactly 2 halves. Yes, children, there is a second hand too. Very good. Is it? Yeah, it is Marilia. That's right. There is a second hand too. But when we say, you know, in grade 3, second hand, usually we do use second hand in conversions. But because 1 minute, it stands for 60 seconds. Yes, we do use it for conversions out there. But normally we cover a lot of things in time in terms of hours and minutes. So it's very important to understand how a clock is divided into two parts. The right hand side of the clock that you can see in yellow, we use it for past. Okay, why is it exactly into two parts? Because the whole clock, one round of minute hand is of 60 minutes. And when we divide it into two, 30 minutes are for past, and the blue portion that you see on the left hand side, that is for two. So we divide clocks into two equal halves, 30 minutes for past. Yes, I will tell you why we call 3 as a quarter. I am coming to that. And blue one is for 2. Now children, every time minute hand moves from one point to another point. For example, if this minute hand is going from 12 to this first one dash here, so it is covering 1 minute. So in between every two numbers, like from 12 to 1, there is a gap of 5 minutes, and this is fixed throughout the clock. In between 1 to 2, again 5 minutes. In between 2 to 3, again 5 minutes. So when the minute hand from 12 goes to 1, then it covers 5 minutes. If it is going to 2, it is covering 5 more minutes, so that makes total of 10 minutes. Now, when it is coming to 3, it is covering 15 minutes. Very good question, that why we call 3 as a quarter. Do you know what is the meaning of a quarter? Quarter means, who gave this answer? Very nice, 1/4, exactly. Very nice, Marilia. That's I mean, you explained it so well. Yes, quarter means 1/4. And children, in a clock, we have total 60 minutes. Or even if we talk about the 12 numbers that we can see on the face of the clock, we have to either divide 12 numbers into 4 equal parts, or divide 60 minutes into 4 equal parts. So you will get a quarter. I will just show you. Why can't I annotate? Okay. See, this becomes 1 quarter. This becomes second quarter. This becomes third quarter, and this is the fourth one. So first quarter, second quarter. I am going to ask you a question, and let me see who all can give me the right answer. This is third quarter, and this is fourth quarter. So now children, 15 minutes, if you divide, if you divide as per 12 numbers, then 1/4 of 12 is 3. So on 3 we get first quarter. Or if you divide 60 minutes by 4, on 15 minutes we get 1 quarter. So tell me, why half past? How half past? Very good. Yes, exactly, Yuvraj. 15 is the quarter of 60. Why half past? What do you mean by 2 quarters? How many minutes do we cover in 2 quarters, children, if we are covering 15? Very nice, Biswa, Anik, very good, Vrishab, Mirilia, very good. Sonam, okay, so you children are, oh my God, I'm getting all right answers. Exactly. Okay, so we use half past because when the minute hand is exactly at 6, so 30 minutes are already over in whatever hour is going on. Okay, when I say quarter 2, again, quarter 2 also means 15 minutes only, but it says 2. So 15 minutes to the next hour, basically. 15 minutes, see, if you count here, from 9 to 10, 5, 10 to 11, 5, 11 to 12, again 5. So it makes it 15 minutes. So 15 minutes to the next hour gives you quarter 2. Very nice. So you children have a lot of knowledge, I can see. And let's see who all can apply this knowledge in solving the questions. All right. Let's have a look at the next slide now, so that we can quickly go to the questions also, interesting questions to answer. Now, I hope many of you know this thing also, that how to read the time now. Now children, there are, you know, 4 basic things that you should know when it comes to reading to the time. Rest, you whatever time it is, you should know how to read it, but these 4 things should be very, very clear in your mind, so that you do not get confused with what is quarter to and what is quarter past. Okay, now time in hours. When I say time in hour, means time in o'clock, when it is complete 1 hour. So when the minute hand is exactly at 12, you will see that our hand is also reflecting at a particular number on the clock. It will not be in between anywhere. So like in this example, the green hand is the hour hand. In all the 4 clocks that I will be using, green hand is the hour hand and red one is the minute hand. So when minute hand is exactly at 12, the green hand is the hour hand is exactly at 1. So it is 1 o'clock. I don't know AM, PM, nothing. I know that the time is 1 o'clock. When, as we just now we did this half past thing, when the minute hand, children, is at 6, that means half of the time of that hour is over. That is why we use the term half past here, because half of the time is already gone. Now, what is the hour? For that, you have to check. Our hand is between 12 and 1. That means it is 12:30. 30 minutes are still there for it to be 1 o'clock. We always go to previous number when the hour hand is between 2 numbers. We never go to the number which is after the hour hand. Keep that in mind so that you don't do any kind of mistake. Very good. No, I don't know whether it is PM or AM. I'm sorry, I have no idea whether it is PM or AM. Who said it is PM? Actually, that's a very Sonav. You are actually being very, very attentive here. I will tell you the logic why he's using PM here, and he is right. Yes, very good, Marilla. That's right. It is PM. But how? Many of you might not be aware of it, but I'll tell you how do we go about that. Now, next slide will tell you. Okay. Next slide will clarify if you have any doubt in relation to quarter past and quarter to. Children, never get confused between these two. This is very, very important, and there should be no confusion here. Whenever the minute hand is, you know, now you know one trick, that right side of the clock, which is between 12 and 6, that is past part. And from 6 to 12 here, the left part is for 2 part. Ma'am, we don't count second hand. Okay, Sain, what do you mean by that? We do not usually count, we cannot count seconds, because second hand is the most quicker one. Within the blink of eye, the second hand moves. Okay, so that is why whenever we talk about time, we do not take seconds into consideration. It will be very difficult for us, you know, to find out the exact time otherwise. But yes, in conversions, we will be making use of seconds. Okay, afternoon. All right. Yes, that is right. We will be going to that too. Okay, now children, 7:15, no, it is not necessary that it is PM only. There is no logic in 7:15 for PM. Okay, children, there was a logic in 12:30, but there is no logic in 7:15 or in this one. There was logic was only there for that particular clock. Now, when minute hand is at 3, you should know it is 15 minutes past or quarter past. Then come and look at the hour hand. It is at 7. So 7:15. There is no point of confusion here. But when it comes to quarter 2, when the minute hand is at 9, again there should be no confusion, children, because our hand is almost at 2. Okay, but as I told you earlier, that you will never consider the number which is after the hour hand. You will always take into consideration the number which is prior to the hour hand. So if I write, I will be writing it as 1:45. But if I am using the term quarter 2, Then, as I told you in the previous slide, 15 minutes to complete the next hour. And when it completes the next hour, it will be 2 o'clock. So if you are writing time in this format, you have to write it as 1:45. But if you are using the term quarter to, only then take this next number into consideration. Otherwise, do not take the next hour into consideration at all. Otherwise, your answer will go wrong. Okay, just a second. There are so many answers. Very good. Okay, so you all know 12 a.m. is midnight. Oh my God. Yeah, that's right. We will be going on to that. Before we go on to that, are you ready for some questions now? Is everyone ready for a few questions now? Because I'm going to put a slide wherein 6 questions are there. So let's see who can answer quickly. All right. So let's have a look at some questions. What time is it? Tell me quickly, and you have to number. Okay, number wise. This is number 1. This is number 2. This is number 3. Then number 4. Write the number and answer. Otherwise, there would be a lot of confusion. Number 5. And last one is number 6, children. Okay, oh my God, look at the speed. That's very nice. Okay, the first one, who wrote 6:30 in the first one? Children, be careful, take your time to answer. Okay, 6 o'clock for the first one, exactly. Very good, Mirilla. I mean, you're writing times like anything. 1, 2, 3, all in one go. Okay, so 2:45 for the second clock, exactly right. 1:12, Biswa, which clock are you talking about? I said, children, do write the numbers too to avoid any kind of confusion. Okay, so Mirilia got all the answers correct. Very good. Yep. So children, 6 o'clock for the first clock, exactly right answer. I can see many of you are still stuck at third one. So I want you to answer for the 4th, 5th and 6th one quickly before I tell you the exact answers. Quick. 1:15 for the 5th one. I've written the numbers, children, do follow that. Okay, I'm getting some... Okay, let me try, let you people try it out. Wow, who is this? Suyashi. Very nice. I mean, all 6 answers. Okay. All right, children. So I've given you the time, I think approximately 1 to 1.5 minutes for the answers. Now let's have a look at the answers now. Many of you have answered it correct. That first one is 6 o'clock. Many of you again answered it right. Second one is 2:45. Third one, I saw some wrong answers. It is not 8, children. Most of the children said 8:30, but there were answers like 8 in between. So it is 8:30. Please see that minute hand is at 6. So there should be no confusion. Now again, fourth one was right again for most of you, which is 6:30. And fifth one again, yup, 1:15. And sixth one, 4:45. Great, great, very nice. I mean, I can see the energy when it comes to answering the questions. It's wonderful. Yeah. So children, till here, it should be very, very clear to you, because after that, we actually build up the concept. If there is any confusion till here, then everything will go wrong when we build up further. Okay. Yep. Yes. Avnish, you want me to stop? STPO, what is it? No. Okay. All right. So shall I go further? Yeah, I know now the answers are discussed. Okay. All right. Great, children. So let's move on to the next slide now. Now let's come to the thing that you were talking about, which was AM PM. Okay. Now, children, there are 24 hours in a day, but there are only 12 numbers on the... Okay, I told to stop chatting. All right. Okay, children, now Amish is saying stop chatting and let's pay attention on what Preeti ma'am is teaching in the class. Great. Okay, now children, there are 24 hours in a day, but there are only 12 numbers on the face of the clock. So that means our hand to move twice in order to complete whole 24 hours. So our hand, it takes 2 rounds throughout the day. First 12 hours, first round is for AM and second round is for PM. Okay, the time when, you know, at night, when you people say 12 AM, it is actually, you know, we do not use the term AM, PM with 12 o'clock. We use the term 12 midnight and 12 noon, which is the actual terms to use. But to understand, yes, I can say 12 AM means 12 midnight and 12 PM means 12 noon. But the right terms to use are midnight and noon, not AM or PM. Exactly at 12 o'clock. What happened, Ayush? 5,000 plus 5,000 is equal to 10,000. But why are you asking that question in between? Is everything okay? You're trying to check my addition or everybody's addition or something? Oh, sorry, ma'am. Okay. All right. No problem, bacha. That's all right. Okay. Yes, very good. Aradhya. Okay, yeah, that's exactly right, Aradhya. The 12 hours AM plus 12 hours PM is how we make 24 hours in a day. So children, you have to be very careful that whatever time falls between 12 midnight and 12 noon, that is what we call as AM. Anybody who can tell me full form of AM? It is not there on the screen. AM, PM, anybody who knows the full form? See, I ask a lot of questions in between. I do not serve everything on the platter. I want my children to know everything, you know. Otherwise, more knowledge should be there. So anybody, anti-meridian, very good. Rishabh is very attentive. Okay, and post-meridian. That is nice. That is right. So children, the time that is between 12 midnight and 12 noon, that is anti-meridian. And the time which is between 12 noon and 12 midnight, that is post-meridian, that we say PM in short form. So at 12 midnight, the day ends, the previous day ends, and a new day begins. Okay, so if it is even 1 minute or 1 second for that matter, after 12 midnight, you can use term AM, no problem. But exactly 12, we use the term 12 midnight. Similarly, after 12 noon, if it is even 1 second after 12 noon, you can use the term PM. So whosoever wrote 12:30 PM there in the previous slide when I asked the question, actually the logic was that 12 midnight we write as 00. We do not use the term 12 for 12 midnight. So that is why I said whosoever wrote 12:30 PM, that is the right answer. We use 12 for noon only, 12 noon only. Yeah, that's right. Now I know that everybody knows anti-meridian, post-meridian, so we can pay attention now, okay? 12 o'clock, as I said, is simply written as either 12 noon or 12 midnight. So 9 o'clock in the morning, if I say, then it will be 9 AM. Any time which is before 12 noon will be written as AM. And any time which is after 12 noon till 12 midnight, it will be PM. So 4 o'clock in the evening, if I say, that will be written as 4 PM. 12 PM is noon. Exactly, Biswa. Exactly. But we do not use term 12 PM. We say 12 noon. Okay. 1 second after 12 noon, use the term. Yeah, that is equal only. Suyashi, that is equal only. Yes, Yuvraj, exactly. Okay, now let's have a look here. So there is another term for noon. Do you know? Midday. Midday is another term for noon only. So we can also say midday. 12 midnight, AM, 12 noon, PM. Yeah, children, that's right. You have to understand it through that thing only. So any time which is falling, that means from midnight till noon, it is 12 hours first round of the hour hand. And from 12 noon, that is midday, till 12 midnight, it is second round of the hour hand. Okay, so this much is clear. Noon is equal to midday. Correct, Ritam? That's right. Yes, midday is another term for noon. Correct. So shall I move forward? All right. Any questions till now, children? If there are any questions, please do ask me. Yes, is there a question? No. Shall I move ahead? Okay, great. So let's have a look at, all right, thank you. Now let's have a look at the next slide. All right, children, now we will look at conversions. Conversions are also of different kinds, like hours and minutes. It could be days and hours. It could be minutes and seconds. It could be hours and seconds. So there are many types of conversions. Let's have a look at the conversion of hours and minutes first. So we all know that 1 hour has 60 minutes. So if we have to convert, ma'am, 1 day is 23.93 hours exactly. I didn't get you. Nish, what do you mean by, what do you mean to say by this? That 23.93 hours exactly? I mean, what is 0.93? Yeah, 1 hour is 60 minutes. Okay, so if I have to calculate number of minutes in 5 hours, children, the trick or the formula is very simple. It is 1 hour has 60 minutes, multiply the number of hours that you're trying to convert into minutes. So 5 hours will be 5 into 60 minutes, which will give you 300 minutes. Very simple. Okay, I studied for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So how many minutes did I study? Now 2 hours you will have to convert into minutes. Also, you should know how to convert half an hour into minutes. So 2 hours you can easily do it. The 2 into 60 will give you 120. But children, half an hour, 140. Who is saying 140? How 140, bacha, tell me? Yeah, 150 minutes. See, 2 hours is equal to 120 minutes. And half an hour, if you, you can straight away also make out that half an hour means 30 minutes, 2 quarters, or half of 60 is 30. So it is equal to 120 plus 30, which is equal to 150 minutes. So whenever you have to convert hours into minutes, children, you'll have to multiply it by 60. But when you have to convert minutes into hours, it is the other way around. So 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, which means 1 minute is equal to 1 upon 60 hour. Now you should know division here or how to cross cut the numbers. So one thing. Okay, so now I have a question that how many hours are there in 240 minutes? So if 1 hour has 60 minutes, so that means 1 minute is equal to 1 upon 60 hour, which means for 240 minutes, you'll have to do 1 upon 60 multiply by 240 to get the time into hours. Correct? So you people, I can see you people can easily do, or are you looking at the screen and then giving me the answers? Yeah, see, Marilia is giving me the steps too of how to do the question. Okay, Suyashi is saying, no ma'am, we know how to answer. Great. So to convert minutes into hours, it's very simple. Divide by 60. All right, let's have a look at the next slide then. Now let's do conversion of days into hours. Children, I'm not taking everything into detail like I covered hours and minutes. I'm not considering minutes into seconds or hours into seconds. That we do in a proper class when we have 75 minutes. Okay, I'm just giving you an overview. How do we, what exactly do we do in the class? So 1 day is equal to 24 hours. That's right. So how many hours are there in 7 days? How will you do? Simple, multiply by 24. That's right. Let me see how many of you can do this much, these quick calculations when I'll take the quiz. Then I'll be able to understand whether you are answering it on your own or whether you are writing the answers by looking at this PPT. Great. Okay. Now 9 days, 12 hours. So 12 is already given in hours. But you have to convert 9 days into hours first. So if you know how many hours in a day, you can easily figure out how many hours are there in 9 days, children. So that's how we get the answer here, which is 216 plus 12 hours. Any confusion till here? Because now you will have to solve the questions. So ask me now. Anybody, any confusion? No. Okay. I don't think so there is any doubt. No doubt is coming up. So let's do certain questions then. Let's find out. So let me see. Yeah, there is a ma'am from Praneeth. Anything, Praneeth, you want to ask? 24 multiplied by 7 is 68. No, Sonam, it's 168. Okay, no, ma'am. All right. So the tennis match between, how can I do this? Short to adjust. All right, children. The tennis match between Nadal and Federer lasted for 4 hours and 10 minutes. So basically, tell me the time in minutes. Let me see who all can do. Oh my God, Rishabh is done. The children, do not answer it to everyone. Otherwise, everyone is going to copy. Answer it to me privately, please. Who is writing 51? It is 4 hours and 10 minutes and I want time only in minutes, children. Do the conversion properly. You said you were doing it with me in the previous slide. How will you convert 4 hours into minutes? 1 hour as 60 minutes. So convert 4 hours. Very good, Sayan. You did not, Mahati is saying you did not understand conversion. Okay, then I'll explain once again. Let me see how many children can answer. How are you, children, how are you saying 70 minutes? What is the logic in 70 minutes? How 4 hours? I mean, are you doing 1 hour 10 minutes conversion? My question is 4 hours and 10 minutes. 51 hours? Oh my God. Okay, second question also. No, first, children, I want the answer only for the first one. Okay, the right answer many of you are giving, which is 250 minutes. That's right. I'm going to show you the steps how to do it. And the children who have confusion, I'll clarify that. Very good. Mirilia is actually, showing me the steps too. Oh my God. Rishabh is on question number C. Okay, great. I want the answer for the second one now. A train takes 2 days, 3 hours to reach Hyderabad. How much time does it take in hours? Quick. 51 hours? How are you doing? Okay, 51 hours is the right answer. Correct. 2 into 24, that's 48 plus 3. Right. Very nice. Children, answer it to me privately. Do not answer it to everyone. Everyone will copy otherwise. Great. Okay, third one, as Rishabh already gave me the answer. So, who traveled faster was the question, Rishabh. Who took less time to cover actually? Not more time to cover. Anik, you are actually, select the option privately to give the answer. Very, very nice, Rishabh. Now you are right. Yeah, Yuvraj is right. Mirilia is right. Great. I can see the energy now, children. When it comes to answering the questions, you people are full of energy. Okay, there is a confusion in question number 3. Let me show you the answers now. Who said that, ma'am, I did not understand conversion? There was a child who said, ma'am, I did not understand the conversion. Children, I'm repeating it for you. Very good, Avnish. You're right. Ratna is faster. Very nice. Okay, I'm repeating how to convert for you. So please pay attention. See, 4 hours and 10 minutes, if you have to convert that into minutes, 10 minutes is already in minutes. So no need to convert that further. But 4 hours, yes, convert hours into minutes. If 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, in order to convert 4 hours into 60 minutes, you'll have to multiply 4 into 60, which will give you 240. And then you will have to add up both the things. 240 and 10 both, which is in minutes only now. and that will give you the answer as 250 minutes. Acha, if there is still any confusion, please clarify it now. There was a child who said there is a confusion. For second one, I can see most of you are right. It is 51 hours. But in third one, you are getting confused. See, Amit took 245 minutes to reach, whereas Ratna took only 195 minutes. So when the question is who traveled faster, the person who took less time, of course, she reached before Amit. So Ratna reached before Amit. Yeah, now after explaining, yeah, I can see. Why do we say 13? Okay, children, do not get confused. I am not taking 24-hour time notation right now with you. Okay, as I said, I'm going to give you an overview. We are not doing any conversion in the demo from 24-hour, from 12-hour to 24-hour. So 13, as Angel has said 13, that is what we use for 1 p.m. That I will be covering in the proper class, that how do we convert 12-hour into 24-hour format. So do not get confused. Okay, children, let's move ahead. It is already more than 30 minutes. So I will be taking you quickly through a few more slides, maybe 1 or 2, and then we have a quiz. So Nitin sir, can we continue for another maybe 5-7 minutes?
Yeah, I think that is perfectly fine. So kids, are you all okay with extending the time by 5 to 7 minutes?
Is that fine, children?
Yes, I think let's carry on.
Yes, yeah, all right, sir. Okay, so let's move ahead to the next slide, because there is a quiz after that. So I want you all to go through that quiz before we end today's session. Okay, children, a quick recap again, because I know most of you must be aware of all these terms. That 1 year is equal to 365 days. Again, if I talk about months, 1 year has 12 months. If I talk about weeks, 1 year has 52 weeks. If I talk about days, 1 week has 7 days. Now a month, it either has 30 days or 31 days, except 1 month, which is February. In the whole year, we have only 1 month with either 28 or 29 days. Now, how do we find out whether it will be 28 days or 29 days? It depends. We have 29 days in the month of February, only, children, if it's a leap year. There is a logic from where do that 1 extra day come in February after 4 years. See, every 4th year is a leap year. So how do we get that 1 day extra in February? I will be covering that up in the class in detail, but let me give you an overview that every year, you know, 1 whole year is not exactly equal to 365 days. It is equal to 365 days and 6 hours. So 6 hours for the whole 4 years, we count it at once, which gives us 24 hours every 4th year. So from there, we get the 29th day in the month of February. Exactly. So Avnish, I can see, has a, yes, this year is a leap year. Very nice. Very good, Arnav. Avnish has a lot of knowledge, huh? Yeah, 220. Okay, how do you find out if it's a leap year or not? Do you know the idea behind that? How to figure out? That's not there in the slide. So let me know. Answer me if you know how to. Great, Arnav. Divided by 4. Do I need to, I can simply, no, we do not have to multiply. No, it should not be divisible by 400, children. Different answers. Either divide the whole year by 4, or if you know the rule of divisibility of 4, you can even follow that. The rule of divisibility of 4 is that only take into consideration the number which is given at 1s in 10s place, that 2-digit number only, and divide that by 4. If that number is divisible by 4, the whole year is divisible by 4. Very good. Yes, 2024 will be a leap year. Which was the previous leap year? Okay, tell me. Before 2020, which was the previous leap year? Excellent. Excellent, children. 2016. 2012. Oh my God. So I think I have a lot of enthusiastic, energetic, and intelligent children in the batch. Very nice. So, okay, now coming to months. There are 7 months in a year where, yeah, I know everybody is actually, it's not 200, it's 2000. I understood. Yeah, you all are giving the right answers. 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016. Correct. Okay, now there are 7 months children in the whole year which have 31 days and 4 months with 30 days each. So February has 28 days, but every 4th year February has 29 days. Oh my God. Suyashi is now going beyond 2000. She's going back to 1996 now. Anik is saying that I was born in a leap year. All right. Okay, that's great. Even I was born in a leap year, you know. And just now, when you said I was born in a leap year, then I thought, yeah, I was born in 1984. But that's also a leap year. 84 is divisible by 4.